Listen, from history to strategy, right? Now, how much history should we talk about, to shape our decisions? How much of that history is enough to shape our decision or trajectory or where we want to be in, say, 30 years? How much history is enough, right? How much? Now, history matters, like I don't talk before, right? But history should teach us, not trap us. Because the way we did do them, it seems like history has trapped us more than we are learning from it. What have I've made a show before I believe I've made a show. What have we learned from Biafra? Have we learned that, we are the strongest people in the world. We are the smartest people in the world. We are the richest people in the world. We are these people in the world. We are that people in the world. What have we learned from history? What did we learn from history? What did we learn from that war? These questions need to be asked. And we need to answer the questions, or the question, honestly, right? Societies could become prisoners of history, and there are some others that can learn from history. Which one are we? Because it's looking like Ndigbo. It's looking like Ndigbo. We are trapped in our history. We don't become prisoners for history. The average Igbo man you ask now, Aburi, why didn't go on? Why didn't go on? Why is this thing they fall from my head? It's my big head. Anyway, why didn't go on follow the Aburi Accord? Why did go on not follow the Aburi Accord? Okay, we know that go on did not follow Aburi Accord. What next? It has happened. It has happened. It don't be. But what next? Should we keep focusing on go on? Are we going to go back in time and force him to go and stick to the Aburi Accord? It don't happen. I have my opinions about that, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. Ultimately, all of us can collectively agree. Ome na bo ome, it don't happen. Aburi, Ojuku and Gowon went to Aburi, and Gowon came back saying, no, do again. It don't happen. What are we going to do moving forward? Right? That is what we need to start talking about. What next? What next? What next? The war don't happen. Aburi don't happen. War happen. People don't buy. What is the next stage? Now, like I said earlier, right? I'm going to give some examples of countries that dealt with defeat. Defeat way past the one where we do the loss where we lost. The one where we lost. Now, the first one on my list here is Germany, right? Regardless of everything that happened in the World War, they built a future. They did not continue to live in the past. All of us know how the World War thing happened, right? The World War II, right? The economy was destroyed. Cities destroyed to rubbles. Reputation shattered, right? Imagine a country like Ukraine now and Russia. See the banter way two of them they get, right? It's still ongoing, obviously. But look at how much infrastructure is being brought down. Tomorrow you go here, say this one don't buy. 10 people don't buy. Then bring down this building. 100 people buy. They inside buy. We are seeing these things in real time. I'm just trying to allow you to imagine for yourself what the World War looked like. Everybody came against Germany. Ultimately, they lost. But they did not stop there. They had a strategic shift. We get how them take strategize, use come out from that loss. They focused on rebuilding. Instead of them to continue to say, Biafra, they focused on rebuilding and left revenge. Because that's what people like Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know if they do my headphone today. That's what people like Nnamdi Kanu keeps selling to you. That's what people like Uwazurike sold to us. Revenge. Person who don't beat you before, why do you think the person will not be able to beat you again? When you even had some upper hand. Now you don't get any upper hand. And you're still talking about revenge. Why not focus on rebuilding? Our forefathers did this, by the way. They focused on rebuilding. They focused on rebuilding. The story of 20 pounds, whether it was true or it was not true, but it's called bootstrapping. They literally put their boots on. Some of them don't even get boots. Some of them use leg, begin the waka, buy boots. We had that boot, use the boot, hustle, buy house, build house, did what they did. They started rebuilding. But we now in 2026, instead of us to continue that building, that growth, we still they talk about Biafra, revenge. It's not feasible. I think it's not feasible. And this is not what Germany did. Germany focused on rebuilding. They invested heavily in engineering, manufacturing, vocational education, institutions. Make I start with engineering. Oh, during the war, Igbo people, we developed a refinery where there was no refinery. We are developing refinery. Now we start to develop refinery. We develop the bomb. We develop Obunigwe. What did we use all that to do after the war? Did we, okay, now start investing in those people that could think of how they go just they refine petrol crudely. Till today, we don't get any refinery for the Southeast. But we were the first people to start doing, and now we be the first to do everything. So we were the first people to start doing refining locally, right? But no refinery today. What does that tell you? That we did not learn from the war. We don't learn from history. We didn't learn from history. Instead, we let everything go and continue talking about history. If in that time, these people, they were very educated, so I'm not going to say with the least education. Those guys were very educated, you know, and they could do all these things. Why didn't we continue from there and have the biggest refinery? Oka made. We don't get any gun factory for Igbo land. But everybody knows about Oka made, right? What is it that we are manufacturing at scale in Igbo land? Which vocational education where would they sell or where would they give to our people say for free? That is investing. Vocational education. Because all I call now, I say aka aja ne bute anu manu. I say anu manu. Aka aja ne bute anu manu. That's all they talk am, right? So what vocational education are we giving to our people for free? At scale. At scale. Anybody who want learn work, you know, go this place, Aba Grammar School, I'm just making this up, right? Enugu Grammar School, Enugu Community College. Go there and free. Then go teach you how to do welding. Then go teach you how to, for free. Then go teach you how to do carpentry. Then go teach you how to do fabrication. Then go teach you how to do garment making, how to do shoe making. Where are we investing, right? What institutions have we invested in the East? Waiting will they learn, right? And these are the things that Germany did after the World War, obviously. They integrated, ultimately, they integrated back with Europe. Rather than saying, oh, we could just stay. We could just stay by our own. These people don't like us. Make we just stay by our own. You know? This is my headphone. I don't know what's in the one today. Anyway, you know, they reintegrated with Europe. They didn't say, oh, make we just stay our own. No, they reintegrated. They didn't stay isolated, right? Germany could have spent their whole decade talking about defeat. Oh, oh, no defeat, no vanquish. No victory, no victor, no vanquish. Oh, Aburi Accord. Oh, this or this. Germany didn't do any of that. What they did is just start rebuilding. Immediately, they started rebuilding. And I give credit to our forefathers, our ancestors. Igbo, come to the table. We are talking. Come to the table, Igbo. Come to the table. You know, you know. I give credit to our forefathers because the 20-pound conversation is kind of disputed. Even though I don't see my papa, I know my papa never tell me they didn't give him, but him too they talk that story. But he never show me the one where they give him. However, whether it's true or whether it's a lie, the fact is, people lost everything. A lot of Igbo people lost everything after the war. But they were able to start rebuilding. These are our forefathers I'm talking about. They were able to start rebuilding with literally nothing, right? Literally nothing. They were able to start rebuilding. But us, instead of us to have learned from their mentality, from their mindset, instead we focused more. Now we even come carry the defeat past. Now we can't carry that defeat for head past our forefathers. Where is it getting us to? Where is it getting us to? You know, history should inform our identity. We should talk about our history because it's part of us. It should inform our identity. Now, waiting we take be Igbo people, right? We go fight war when nobody send us, right? We don't be. But strategy, when you start to strategize, that's how your future is going to be shaped. Now, so you go shape your future with strategy. And I'm here to talk about all this strategy. Now, the talks what I'm going to talk about now, moving forward. Ike politics are gulam, you know. Ike politics are gulam. Let's start talking about strategy. How we can advance Igbo. How we can advance Igbo. That's one, by the way. Make I drink some water.